miss you.
Yeah, I said we.
Okay, here comes the people.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We start over, y'all.
Chloe,
Who did
you
anything,
finally
Chloe?
found your niche.
Renee needs a lot of
I
petals.
meant them.
There,
You
start
a
right
lot of
there.
petals.
Now
Use
drop
them.
them all over the place.
All of them.
Wait, slow down. And
They
we're
said-
supposed to go slow.
With the real slow.
You're fine. She's us, honey. She's our
Perfect.
family.
We could do this over as many
Yeah.
times as we
Miss
want.
Spot. Put some out there in the middle.
Throw 'em.
This is the practice
Throw 'em
one.
at the group.
Ready?
Yep.
What?
No, they got the music going, okay.
Probably shouldn't have a bride. Are we ready?
Done. For maybe like around the corner.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Okay.
it's beautiful.
Nice and
Oh.
slow.
Actually, you two face me right now. You need to face them later.
Stop the music.
Yeah, that means they're gonna find it. When you do it homegrown, yes, you can sit now.
What's more?
This is your last chance to run.
Oh, your sneakers on me? No, that's not.
Here's one that I'll show you.
That's about you and me.
Thank you all for attending the marriage of Timothy William Campbell Jr., occasionally known as Bubba, and Renee Christine Furman. Marriage is both a beginning and an end. It's the end of life as you know it, alone. And the beginning of life that you will both share as long as you live. Ephesians 5:25 through 35 says, Husbands, your wives, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, to make her holy, cleansing her by washing through the water and through the word, and to present herself to him as a radiant church, without stain or wrinkle, without blemish, but holy and blameless. In the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. After all, no one hated his own body, but feeds it and cares for it, just as Christ does the church. For we are members of the same body. For the same reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and be united with his wife, and the two will become one flesh. This is a profound mystery, and I'm talking about Christ and the church. However, each one of you must also love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect the husband. In a minute, I'm going to talk to you about the vows, the traditional vows that we've all heard so many times. We have them all memorized. I, whatever your name is, take you to be my wife or husband, to have and to hold for this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish from this day forward until death do us part. The problem with things like this is sometimes we see them so often and hear them so often, they stop meaning anything to us. To have and to hold, you don't just belong to yourselves anymore, you belong to each other. You're to cling to each other above anyone else or anything else from this day forward. You both have pasts, things you've done you're proud of or not, scars, tattoos, experiences. Those things are just that, they're in the past now. Choose what to take from the past and leave everything else behind. Things I recommend you both continue with. Tim, you already have the tattoo from Romans 1:16. For I'm not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God to bring salvation to everyone who believes. And Renee, you literally have love written on your arms. For better or for worse, you'll experience wonderful times together. But you will also face hardships. Times of plenty and times of little. Both financial, for richer or for poor. and sometimes emotional, physical, and spiritual, in sickness and in health. The trick is to always turn to each other and to God in each circumstance, whether it be in celebration or in tears. This will help your union grow. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight." At the same time, I encourage you to take a look at how others have weathered the years together. Seek out their advice on how to not just get along, but to grow together. You'll not stay the same people you are now, not in 5 months, not even in 5 years. You'll each grow to be different people and change. Encourage each other in those things that are good. Work together to solve problems and to overcome obstacles. Give each other grace when one of you falls short of your goals for each other or their own. To love and to cherish. You're both in that lovey-dovey stage right now. But there will come a time when that shine will wear off. If you haven't noticed already, neither one of you is perfect, and if you need help, I can point some things out for you. But I suspect they will eventually become obvious, even glaring at times. I encourage you to look at those things as endearing eccentricities, and not to focus on them any more than absolutely necessary. Choose instead to focus on the things that you love and cherish about each other. What you focus on will be what the other person focuses on as well. Another piece of advice: never go to bed angry. Let your coming together each evening be a time to work out whatever issues you might have, so they don't linger between you. When things seem especially difficult, remember this day and how you feel standing together right now. Enjoy the coming months as the two of you learn to be a couple before you become a triple. This is time to learn about how to get along together before you learn to get to be parents, which is a whole new adventure. And even in that, in the sleepless nights, the spit up, the diapers, the crying, both you and that baby, remember that the two of you guys are in this together. I encourage you to look to others again for advice, for examples, and for help. At the same time, you have to decide between the two of you what works best and stick with that. From this day forward, as I said, this is the end and a beginning. The car has a windshield that's 6 feet wide and 2 feet deep. It's for looking forward, and that's what you're to do. There's a small little mirror, about 2 inches wide and 2 inches, or 6 inches, 2 inches deep and 6 inches wide. I'm not getting graded on this, right? So pay attention to the past, but don't let it rule where you're going in the future. And finally, we come to death do us part. Marriage isn't something we enter into lightly. It's a lifetime commitment with another person. And just as I spoke about those other things, keep in mind that this is a marriage blessed by heaven, meant to last forever. You'll turn and face each other. Now we get to do the vows. Tim, if you'll repeat after me. I, Tim Campbell,
I, Tim Campbell,
take you, Renee,
take you, Renee Furman,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, from this day forward, until death do us part. Now it's your turn, Renee. This needs I, Renee, take you, Tim, to be my husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, from this day forward, until death do us part. Tim and Renee have their own vows they would like to share now. Go ahead and start, Tim.
Renee, since day one, without your romance, times.
Take that.
I just want to thank you for everything. Bad times, good. We've had doubts, we've had doubts.
When I first met you, I honestly didn't think anything would really happen. I just thought you were fun and you were a cool guy, and then as time went by, even with everything that was going on, I could see something in you that just made me love you no matter what you did, even though you hurt me. And I knew you were in there somewhere. But after you came back, you've grown up. The man I thought you were. I told you from the very beginning that you were worth fighting for. I took as much as I could, and I fought all of the time just so I could be here. I didn't know it would be this quickly, but okay, why not? I never thought I'd get married, so it's quite a stretch. But just want you to know you're everything I've ever wanted and so much more. And I love you back. No, that's the part that's it.
May I have the ring, please? Actually, I'll take both of them. Alright, traditionally, the marking of the passage from the title status to husband and wife is marked with an exchange of rings. The ring is a symbol of the unbroken circle of love, like God's love. Love freely given has no beginning and no end. No giver and no receiver, for each is both the giver and the receiver. May these rings remind you of the vows you've taken today. Lord, we ask your blessing on these rings that will be worn by Tim and Renee, who give them to each other to wear. May they ever abide in unity, love, and happiness for the rest of their lives. Tim, you'll take the ring, place it on Renee's hand. Repeat after me. Renee,
Renee,
this ring I give you,
this ring I give you,
in token and in pledge
in token and in pledge
of our constant faith
of our constant
and abiding love.
love.
Renee, you take the ring, place it on Tim's hand. Oh, so you can hold it still enough. Tim, this ring I give you,
This ring I give you,
in token and in pledge
token and pledge
of our constant faith
of our constant faith
and abiding love.
and abiding.
Mark 10:9 says, "Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate." By authority vested in me by the state of Washington, as of about Tuesday, I pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride. I would like to introduce to you, and with great pleasure, Mr. and Mrs. Tim Campbell Jr.
Last
The
summer.
Brad Paisley one.
Yeah.
Where's the play button?
Just don't click it.
I'm too short to see this thing.